So let's start with the Russian automotive sector is growing very fast. The government's put a lot of effort into it, and it seems that it's been very successful. I mean, what's your prognosis for the auto sector going forward?
Well, if you compare what's going on in Russia to what we have learned from the previous times, like in China or in Brazil, I absolutely see a significant further growth. So everybody's a little bit skeptical. I'm not skeptical at all. I have seen how fast they have recovered. I see how fast they bring in the new cars, and the dynamics of the market is just great. So I believe that this market will be in 2016 bigger than the German market.
Right.
So the 3 million cars will be just like overpassed in a couple of 1-2 years max.
On the other hand, you've got car ownership on the order of 200 cars per capita, which is about half or a third of European levels. To what extent do you think the development of the sector going forward is going to be dependent on the external situation, or that's going to be counteracted by the internal demand?
I think Russia is pretty similar to what we have in Brazil, and even China. So you produce in the meanwhile in China for China. You produce in Russia for Russia. Many years ago there was an idea, you go to Russia, the volumes are not big enough, you try to export. It doesn't work. Russia is a closed market on its own, just like we have the same in Brazil. Doesn't matter how the cost will go up, doesn't matter how the wages will go up, because it's a closed market. They will produce what they need locally, with some import, sure, but what's going to happen in China, nobody will care. The same thing like what's going on now in the rest of Europe. Nobody cares. The cars that we produce, what do? We ship them to Russia, to China, to the Americas. So I don't believe that especially Russia will have any influence from the outside world, be it the big ones like in China or India, whatever, or the other BRIC countries. No.
So steady growth going forward?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now you're actually producing components that go into car production.
Yes.
The foreign manufacturers were relatively quick particularly in the last 10 years. And of course they just signed a new investment deal with the government and will committed to significantly increasing it. However, it seems to me that the components, the parts suppliers, they're trailing behind the foreign manufacturers. Are you in a very fast growth phase now of setting up to meet this demand being created by the OEMs?
I think so, yes, because we have already for the parts we supply 60% localization. That's only one division of the big Delphi. Delphi has 4 divisions, so the electronics and electrical stuff, that's already very well positioned over here. With further growth, we have 3 facilities. We will grow another facility by the end of this year, 2,000 more people. Again, 3,000 more people in the north, close to St. Petersburg in 2014. So that's going very fast. Where we were lagging a little bit behind was everything on motor management, like injectors, like fuel system, fuel handling systems, and so on. So that will now come very fast. We have an internal plan to grow aggressively in Russia. So we will invest in Russia with the help of the government. They are very ready to help and with big investment. And also in the world of electronics. We were late. Nobody here in Russia was big enough or had volumes enough to really invest in electronics. Now with the pulling and the pushing of all the OEMs, it's coming.
When will Russia overtake Germany to become the biggest car market in Europe?
End of 2015.
And electromobiles and hybrids, are they the future of the car market here?
Russian market?
Well,
the Russian market, no. Are they the future of the market? Yes. Not because it makes sense, but there are many other drivers that will drive the people to buy these cars. The OEMs will be driven by making those cars, and the governments will tell the guys, you have to have those cars. Yeah.
And WTO, is that good for the Russian auto market or not? Yes or no?
I think it's good. I think it's good. It will harmonize everything we do over here. Right now, as I said earlier, we are in a closed market. WTO will make it a more open market, more or less a part of the rest of the world. And that's usually what happens, it harmonizes things. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for taking the time.